Chapter 3, Whispers of Freedom. Amidst the shadowed alleys of Darkhaven, Dask and his mother, Helen, moved with cautious steps, their breath still quickened by the thrill of their recent heist. The Starlit Tear was safely nestled within Dask's grasp, its ethereal light casting an iridescent glow upon their faces. As they navigated the city's winding pathways, their thoughts turned inward, grappling with the magnitude of their success. Helen's eyes held a mixture of awe and contemplation, her voice soft as she spoke.
Can you believe we've done it?
Dask's lips curled into a rare smile, his own voice tinged with disbelief.
I never thought we'd get this far. We've outwitted the city's shadows, and now, we hold the key to our freedom.
They paused beneath the feeble glow of a flickering lamppost, the Starlit Tear's radiance casting delicate patterns across the cobblestones. Dask's gaze shifted from the gem to his mother, his expression more serious.
But what do you think we saw in that mansion, Mother? What secret could Lord Amick be harboring?
Helen's eyes clouded with thought, her fingers absent-mindedly tracing the edges of her worn cloak.
Darkhaven has always been a place of secrets. Whatever it is, it must be something he deems powerful enough to protect at all costs.
Dask nodded, his mind racing with possibilities.
I can't shake the feeling that this gem, the Starlit Tear, is connected to it somehow. Its radiance, its potential, it's more than just a treasure, Mother.
Helen's gaze shifted to the gem, a somber expression crossing her features.
You're right. This gem is the hope we've been searching for, the means to finally leave this city behind. But we must be cautious, power like this comes at a price.
Their conversation turned from speculation to the future they had dreamt of for years. They spoke of sunlit fields, open skies, and a life far removed from the shadows that had shaped them. As they discussed their aspirations, the gem's light seemed to dance in harmony with their words, casting a warm glow that illuminated their dreams. Amidst their visions of a life beyond Darkhaven, the practicalities of their newfound wealth came to the forefront.
We'll need to find someone trustworthy to fence the gem.
Dask mused, his tone more serious.
Someone discreet, who won't ask too many questions.
Helen nodded in agreement, her brow furrowed in thought.
I have an acquaintance. His name is Jareth. He operates on the outskirts of the city, away from prying eyes. I believe he can help us.
Dask's expression eased, a sense of relief washing over him.
Then we'll make our way to Jareth and ensure the gem is secure. Once it's in his hands, we can focus on leaving Darkhaven for good.
As they resumed their journey through the city's winding paths, the weight of their decisions and the allure of their dreams hung in the air. The Starlit Tear remained a luminous beacon of possibility, guiding their steps toward a future they had only dared to imagine. The city of Darkhaven seemed to hold its breath that night, the moonlight casting long shadows as Dask and Helen moved through its silent streets. Their steps were purposeful, each footfall echoing their resolute intention to finally break free from the city's grasp. As they neared the outskirts, the buildings gave way to open spaces and dimly lit alleys. A sense of anticipation hung in the air, a reminder that their journey was far from over. Jareth's hideout was nestled within the heart of the Forgotten District, a place where secrets found solace amidst the ruins. A flickering lantern marked the entrance to Jareth's establishment, a small and unassuming building that belied the depths of its purpose. Dask and Helen exchanged a glance, their thoughts unspoken yet understood. With a shared nod, they stepped inside. The interior was dimly lit, the air heavy with the scent of aged books and dried herbs. Shelves lined the walls, laden with trinkets and artifacts of uncertain origin. At the center of the room sat a man, his face shrouded in shadows, his demeanor as enigmatic as the surroundings.
Jareth!
Helen's voice carried a note of familiarity as she greeted the figure before them. The man inclined his head slightly, acknowledging their presence.
Helen. Dask. To what do I owe this unexpected visit?
Dask's eyebrows furrowed as he exchanged a puzzled glance with his mother. How did Jareth know his name? He had never met this man before. As he pondered, a thought emerged: his mother must have spoken of him to Jareth, bridging the gap between familiarity and the unknown. The weight of the room's secrets persisted, but now Dask felt a thread of connection, a reminder of his mother's presence and their shared bond. Helen's gaze held Jareth's, her tone measured.
We have something of great value, something that requires discretion and expertise.
Jareth's gaze shifted to the bundle Dask held in his hands, the gem's faint glow illuminating the room.
A gem, is it? And what makes this gem so special?
Dask's voice was steady, his gaze unyielding.
It's known as the Starlit Tear. Its light holds power beyond the ordinary, and we need it secured.
Jareth's fingers steepled as he regarded them, a thoughtful expression crossing his face. With careful precision, Dask fully unwrapped the gem from its cloth, the radiant light casting shimmering reflections across the room. Jareth leaned forward, his eyes narrowing as he studied the gem's brilliance. His fingers twitched as if reaching out, yet he restrained himself from touching it.
It is indeed a gem of rare quality.
Jareth's voice held a note of intrigue.
And its light is mesmerizing.
Dask nodded, his gaze never leaving Jareth's face.
We need your assurance that it will be kept safe, and that our transaction will remain confidential.
Jareth's lips curled into a knowing smile.
Dask, you have my word. The Starlit Tear will be secured within my vaults at my estate, and your secret shall remain hidden.
As Jareth spoke, a subtle shift in the shadows caught Dask's attention. A figure, cloaked in darkness, emerged from the periphery, their presence felt more than seen. Dask's instincts flared, his hand inching toward a concealed blade at his side. Helen's voice broke the tension, her tone measured yet firm.
Jareth. Who is your companion?
Jareth's gaze shifted to the newcomer, his expression unreadable.
A friend, here to ensure that our transaction proceeds smoothly.
The figure remained silent, their features hidden beneath the cloak's depths. Dask's fingers tightened around the hilt of his blade, the sense of unease growing with each passing second. Helen's voice was unwavering.
We agreed on discretion.
Jareth's smile was rueful, tinged with a hint of something else.
Rest assured, our friend here is skilled in the art of discretion. Now, let us finalize our arrangement.
As the tension in the room simmered, the gem's light continued to cast its gentle glow upon the scene. The gem's radiance seemed to cast a spell, holding their attention captive as Jareth's voice resumed its measured cadence.
Your concerns are heard, and I assure you that the Starlit Tear will be safeguarded within my vaults. As for our arrangement, I propose a fair exchange of services.
Helen's brow furrowed slightly, her gaze never leaving the cloaked figure.
What services?
Jareth's gaze flickered to his companion before returning to meet Helen's eyes.
Our friend here has a unique skill set that aligns with your needs. In return for the Starlit Tear's safekeeping, they will aid you in your journey beyond Darkhaven.
Dask's instincts kept him on edge, a silent reminder that the shadows concealed more than they revealed.
And who exactly is your friend?
A low chuckle escaped the cloaked figure, a sound that resonated with an air of amusement.
You may call me Vale. My expertise lies in traversing the paths that remain hidden to most.
The name resonated with an almost ethereal quality, like a whisper of wind through the trees. Dask's grip on his blade relaxed slightly, though a healthy dose of skepticism remained. Helen's voice remained steady, her focus unyielding.
And what do you gain from this arrangement, Vale?
The cloaked figure's response carried an enigmatic quality, as if it held layers of meaning just beneath the surface.
Knowledge, my dear Helen. Knowledge of the threads that weave through Darkhaven and the intricate tapestry that binds us all.
Jareth's voice interjected a note of finality in his words.
Consider this an alliance of mutual benefit. The Starlit Tear will be kept safe, and you will have Vale's guidance.
Dask exchanged a glance with Helen, a silent understanding passing between them. The shadows of uncertainty clung to the corners of their thoughts, but the allure of a future beyond Darkhaven was a beacon they could not ignore. With a reluctant nod, Dask turned his attention back to Jareth.
Very well, we agree to your terms. The Starlit Tear is yours to secure, and in return, we accept Vale's guidance.
Jareth's smile was a subtle acknowledgement, his fingers tracing an invisible pattern on the table.
Then our arrangement is sealed.
As the trio reached a tacit agreement, the gem's light seemed to pulse, with a newfound significance, as if it understood the role it would play in shaping their destinies.